recently I reviewed the wig on my head, and I said in my review that there were some things I would do to this wig to make her my own, and that's what we're here to do today together. This is Waves and Raves by Raquel Welch, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to make her my own and encourage you to do the same to your wigs. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. I am so glad that you are here. I love helping my fellow wig sisters on their journey. I've been suffering from hair loss for over 25 years. I have been wearing wigs since September of 2018, and I started making videos because I got so much help and support from the women who were brave enough to get out here and make videos and share all of this publicly and be vulnerable. And I thought maybe I could help some people the same way, and I've got to tell you, it has been such a blessing, and I truly believe my hair loss is a blessing to me because of all of you, and I've just learned so much from my fellow wig sisters, and today I want to give you some encouragement. The journey can be challenging, for sure. I struggled a lot in the beginning, but it doesn't have to stay that way forever, and learning a few skills will make a huge difference on your journey. You will be able to keep wigs and make them work versus returning everything you buy or throwing it into a box, into a closet, never to be seen again. These are skills anyone can do. I am not a skilled stylist. I have never had any hair training. I wasn't able to do my own hair very well when I had hair. And so if I can do it, it's so cliche, but it's so true. If I can do it, you can absolutely do it. And I would like to humbly ask you, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button, or at the very least, like this video, leave a comment, maybe put a little heart in a comment if you're not sure what to say. The more you engage with these videos, the more people will find them. And the YouTube algorithm is tricky, and we have no control over it. And there are times when I search what I know is in the title of my own video because somebody's asking a question and I know I have a video on it. And I'll search Denise Sheets and the title, and I'll have to scroll and scroll and scroll to find the video. It's so strange. So if you get any value at all from the videos that I make, please, please help me out. Subscribe and or like and or comment, even an emoji would mean the world to me and would really help me be encouraged to keep making these videos because it's not always easy. All right, that's out of the way, and I hardly ever ask for you to do this, but it's important. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do to Waves and Raves because she is so cute, but there are just a few things that aren't perfect for me and might keep me from reaching for her on a regular basis. First of all, I love the bangs. They're too long for me, but I absolutely love that this style has bangs. I am not a regular bang wearer. Really, the only wig that I own that has bangs is Trend by 𝘮𝘮𝘀, one of my all-time favorite wigs. And for whatever reason, I don't normally gravitate toward bangs, but this reminds me a little bit of Trend, just kind of the waves. And so I think bangs work so well on this one, but if you're not a bang wearer, this has a gorgeous lace front, and you don't have to wear this with bangs. You can sweep them to the side. You can add some lift so that they don't fall into your face. I talk about all that in my review, which I will link below, but if you are a bang wearer, something that I experience a lot are bangs being too long. I have a 2.5-inch measurement from my hairline to where I would want a bang to fall, and most of the time bangs are too long, which is actually a good thing because we're all built differently. And if bangs were cut to fit me perfectly, then anyone with a wider forehead than I have would have bangs that are too short. It's so much easier to trim. You can't add length back. So I'm just going to trim up these bangs so that they are more appropriate for me. Now, this is a thinning razor. I get it on Amazon. It's not expensive, and I use this thing for so many things. And what I love about it is you do not have to be skilled. I don't have terribly steady hands. I have like tremors. I don't know why, but I do. And I can't really use a straight scissors very well for a couple of reasons. The first is I'm not skilled. And so I don't have like that muscle memory. And there have been times I've tried and I've accidentally taken a huge chunk out of the wig because I don't have steady hands and I don't have the skill. You don't need any of those things with this. So I kind of start up and I just work my way down and I'm slowly razoring it so that it's not a blunt cut. And that actually helps to sort of layer it down a little bit and so the ends aren't so thin. And then I just keep messing with them, sometimes shaking my head because fibers will fall in place that maybe I'm not grabbing. And this is just a process. And I might do some today and then leave it and come back and do more later when I realize that maybe I didn't get all the fibers. A huge caution I have for you about this. Please double and triple check that you have got the hairline where you want it, exactly where you want it. Because if you are moving too fast and not paying attention and you somehow put the hair in the wrong place for your hairline, then you're going to find yourself, so with me doing that, these bangs are so much, well, they're a little too short in some places, but they're so much better. But this isn't where I would wear my wig. So if you do that and then you cut the bangs, then the next time you go to put the wig on and you actually seat it correctly, now you're going to have bangs that are too short. So just go slow, double and triple check your work, because I know it's really scary to cut fibers off of these really expensive wigs. And this one is very expensive. It is a luxury, heat-friendly synthetic with an amazing cap and upgraded fibers. So I know that's really scary, but this right here is the least risky thing, this thinning razor, that you can use to modify your wig. I don't know why I thought I could get away with wearing a sweatshirt in here. It gets so hot in this tiny bathroom when I'm making videos. Now, I said that I use a thinning razor and not a straight scissors, but I do sometimes go back in and do a little bit of cleanup of like really small individual fibers with a straight scissors. So usually I wind up with like 1 or 2 hair strands that don't get caught by that thinning razor, and it's really hard to get just little teeny pieces. So I will go in with the scissors really carefully and just get some of those stragglers. So it is helpful to have a straight scissors, but I don't do the bulk of the cutting with them because I don't want to make a mistake. So that's what I want to do with this one. I want to get these bangs situated so I can wear it with a full bang and not have it poking me in the face. And again, I can't stress enough, most of the time I'm going to not want to poke myself in the face. Can you see how my hand shakes a little bit when I get really detailed? That's what I mean by I don't even have steady hands. I used to, but I don't know what's going on with my aging body. Now, the next thing I want to tackle on this one is there are some really straight pieces up near the face. You can see this is heavily layered and it's got like a wave pattern to it. But the wave isn't really on these front pieces. So I have a couple of options. I can add some wave and curl to it with a curling iron, a hot air brush potentially, but probably not on something like this. Maybe if it has a really small barrel. I have a video showing how I use the Envy Air Styler to touch up my trestle or trend. I wear trend all the time. I almost wear them out. And I like to tuck the hair. I like to play with the hair. And so I end up relaxing the curl pattern on the front facing pieces. Now I haven't done that to this one because I haven't worn it yet. So these came that way, but I showed how to use that air styler to just add a few more curls back in. I'll link that below because I'm going to cut these down a little bit, but you might choose to just add more curl. So again, I'm going to look at really study because I don't want to make a mistake, and I'm going to look and see, okay, what pieces do I think could be layered more? And then I'm just going to take the thinning razor and I'm going to layer them. And I'm just going to slowly work through that because I don't want to do too much. And then I want to see, how does that fall into the rest of the layers? My goal right here is I'm really just trying to blend this in to the rest of the layers and not have it sticking out. Now, you may love the straight because this is kind of a trendy little piece. You may actually love that it has those pieces. And for you, you won't have to do anything. So you can see what a difference that 𝘮𝘰𝘢𝘐 made. Now this is sort of going back in and blending with the rest of that. And it's not sort of sticking straight and sticking out. Like, look at the difference. And literally, like, just a few passes. It's not like I, cut a ton off. And I just did a few passes, and every time I do it, I'm going to brush it back in and say, okay, is something sticking out that shouldn't? Is that all I needed to do? Is it blending well? And again, this is something that I will probably do a little bit of now and then wear her. And just see, the more I wear her, the more it'll kind of settle in. This is brand new, and so it needs a little wear to settle in. I think wigs, when they're new, they're not quite a part of you until you wear it some. Look at that. It's just such a great little tool to just do little tweaks and little touches. Now that's kind of poking me in the eye, so I'm going to just lose that a little bit. Already, I'm loving this so much. And it was just simple little tweaks like that. Makes a huge difference. Wow. Wow. I'm just loving how this is turning out. And I may choose to take a little curling iron and do something once I kind of get this where I think the length is good. So one of the warnings that I give you guys whenever I talk about the thinning razor is to make sure you're changing that blade regularly. This comes with 10 replacement blades in a little box, and you can buy more replacement blades if you need them. You want this to go through the fibers like butter. You don't want to have to saw at the fibers. You literally want to just do a pass and have it just come out seamlessly. Synthetic fibers and heat-friendly synthetic fibers dull these blades very fast, much faster than human hair does. And so if you're going to do something like this, I want you to pay attention, and as soon as you feel like you're having to do this a lot harder or more passes for that hair to come off, it's time to change the blade. And it's really easy. It just pops out, and then you just pop the new blade back in. I've never cut myself on these, and I'm pretty uncoordinated. I cut myself a lot in the kitchen, so I think these are great. They're not, you're not going to have to worry about cutting yourself, and you want to make sure that you're not fraying the fibers. This is looking good. I am really happy. I'm pretty sure I'm not done because I'm never done. It usually takes a few sessions, but I'm done for today. Areas that I think are more challenging, the sides here, making sure that they blend well when you've got bangs. But I don't want to overdo it, and there's no rush. I think she's cute, and I'll wear her, and then if I feel something more needs to be done, then I'll do it. Couple of final thoughts. Bangs. This one had bangs, and so all I needed to do was trim them. But if you're going to cut a full bang in and there aren't already bangs, you might find that they don't lay right. Maybe they kind of want to lay either stick straight or kind of pop out. You may need to take heat to them in the form of a hot air brush or a round brush and a hair dryer to get them to kind of have a bend in them. I have a video where I took a wig that had bangs that they were face framing, but the shortest part of the bangs were like down to here, and I cut bangs into it, and I showed you that, and I had to take a hot air brush to round them out. I'll link that below. Really today, this is all I took off, and it made a huge difference. Sometimes it doesn't take much to completely transform a wig so that it feels like you. And I know we want these wigs to be perfect out of the box. And our emotions get involved in this. The expense, the fact that a lot of times we come kicking and screaming to wigs. I say this all the time. And we don't really want to be here. So then any challenges are magnified because of our emotions around it. But the reality is, very rarely is a wig 100% perfect for you out of the box. Oftentimes we just deal with it. We just make it work even though maybe we're not 100% happy, but what other choice do we have? The choice we have is to modify and to do little things. Even if it's just putting a barrette in or a clip or a headband, accessorizing it until you feel like you've got the bandwidth, the wherewithal, the courage to actually do modification that can't be reversed like we did today. But if you continue on this journey being frustrated because every wig you put on your head has something that's not right, you're going to struggle a lot longer than you have to. And maybe this is a little bit of tough love, but I am here to tell you, you can do this. I promise you, you can do this. You have to just do it sometimes. I have had women reach out to me for years, over and over with questions and, worries, and they've not yet bought a wig. And I'm not offended by that, and I will help anybody, and I'm not judging that woman because I get it. But at some point, you've got to buy a wig. You can only learn so much from watching videos, and then you got to try. And you're never going to know what's going to work for you until you try. And you're never going to know if that wig that you've been hanging on to for 6 months, for a year, for longer, that you've never worn, might become a favorite if you would just do a couple of things to it to make it more you. I have heard from thousands of women in the past 6.5 years, feedback, questions, successes, and I cannot tell you how many women struggled for years until they saw one of my videos teaching how to do something, and they finally went, I'm going to do it. And suddenly, everything changed for them. The wig journey became fun, and they were no longer afraid and frustrated because they got the courage to make a wig their own. So please don't blow this off as maybe this works for other people, but it won't work for me. It can. It really can. Let me know if you have questions. If you have done some things to your wigs, let me know. What feedback or encouragement can you give your wig sisters in the comments below? What encouragement can you give me? Because I can use some too sometimes. And I really pray that you will get to the point where you're no longer kicking and screaming. And you may have bad days and days you don't want to wear a wig, but you also have days where you love wearing a wig. I really want that for you. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.